Hi, this is my Connor Spogani, the leader and the founder of the Young Men Empowerment Forum. We are dealing with part 3 today of different kinds of doors in our lives as young people. Different kinds of doors in our lives as young men and how to deal with those. And today I want to deal with a door that opens through the use of a key. I want to deal with a door that opens through the use of a key. Now, with the door like this, you need to first identify the key. Because remember, there are many keys in life. There are those that are opening different types of doors. There are those keys. Some of them are looking like car keys. Some of them are actually door keys, but different kinds as well. Some are small, some are big. Different kinds of keys as well. So therefore, the identification of a key is very, very important in some of the opportunities, because not every opportunity opens by every type of a key, because there are different keys in life or principles in life, if you may call them, that are actually applicable for different type of opportunities. There are those opportunities that may need prayer. There are those opportunities that may need hard work. There are those opportunities that need a certificate of qualification. There are those opportunities that need you to speak. There are those opportunities that need you to apply, and those opportunities that people call you to come for them. So these are type of different opportunities here in life. But you need a key for them. And therefore, if you need a key, so you're going to need to identify that key. Because without identification of the key, you are going to end up using either a wrong key for that door. Or else, if you don't use the wrong key for that door, you may end up actually using the right key, but for a wrong door. So that's very important that you identify the key, you identify the door as well, so that you can be able to know which door and which key is for this door. Because it's not every key on your bunch of keys that is going to open this particular door. So therefore, identify the key. Very, very important. You need to first identify the relevant key, as the keys are many different kinds as well. Different sizes, different shapes of keys, and sometimes the very same keys that look the same, they may not be the same in the sense of opening the door. And I'm sure you would agree with me as a young man that you've seen keys that look the same. You've seen keys that look identical, but you put them in a door, they are not opening. There are those that will even get into the lock, but yes, yet when you twist the key, it doesn't open, because as much as it looks exactly the same like the key that opens the door, it may not be the one. So in other words, it is very important that when you identify opportunities, you identify the exact principle that will open that opportunity. So some of the principles, it means they may be looking alike. They may be like the same. They may be looking like they're identical. But it's not every single principle that will work for every single opportunity. So therefore, as a young man, it's going to need you wisdom to be able to identify the right key, even though keys look the same. Even though you've got a bunch of many keys that look the same, you're going to need to identify. So therefore, it's very important that you need wisdom. You need experience sometimes to identify certain keys and to know what key opens where. And as you start to identify those, you will be able to open that opportunity. Now, the better you know the key, the quicker you can open the door. Now, therefore, it is going to be a mastery of that key, the knowledge of that key and how much you know it. Because the more you get acquainted to the type of a key and know it by simple identification, it is going to improve your speed in opening the door. It is also going to provide efficiency in opening the door. So in other words, some opportunities, they need you to gain some experience. They need you to really practice, because practice makes perfect. And you practice for this particular opportunity so that when opportunity brings itself up, you can actually grab it and be able to embrace it. Now, this is very important, because there are people that don't shape themselves up. They don't prepare themselves. They don't even prepare themselves for opportunities. Now, because when you don't prepare yourself for opportunity, it's going to be difficult to even identify it in the first place. Even when you have identified it, you'll realize that it's going to be difficult for you to account or acquaint yourself to that particular opportunity. Because the better you know the key, the more quicker and efficient you are going to be able to open the door in front of you. So therefore, study the key. Understand it. Study the principle for your opportunity and then master it, that principle. Now, if the principle that you need to use is a principle of planting a seed, is a principle of sowing a seed, is very important that you study deeply in understanding the sowing of the seed principle, how it works, and what type of seed that you sow for what type of opportunity. Because that's very important that you learn that. And you start to identify also what type of a ground do I plant my seed, because you can't go around sowing seeds everywhere. You must identify the ground as well, and the type of seed, and the type of climate as well. Very, very important when you're going to plant a seed, that the type of climate becomes very important as well. So in other words, the more you master the type of a seed that you have in your hand, the more successful you're going to be able to sow it and reap the results. Because some of us don't reap results, we don't get a value in our investments, is purely because of we don't study the times. We don't study the environment. We don't study the soil. We don't study the climate. We don't study the seed itself and the ground itself. So which is very important that as a young man, please learn that there are things that you need to study more. And the keys that you're using, which is the principle of opportunities, you need to study the principle, know the principle very well. And the more you master the principle, the more you're going to see results out of it. And I want to urge you to do so. Now, listen to this. There are things that you're going to win them or gain them or grab them as opportunities just by knowing how to deal with people. By knowing how to respect and honor people. Because an honor and respect is a principle in life. And if the door of opportunity that you need to use needs honor and respect of people, so please use it and master it. Make sure that you know it better, because the more you master it in all its entirety, you're going to be able to actually use it even more effectively for it to work for you. Now, I'm emphasizing the fact that study principles as a young man. Learn them and understand them. When you study principles and learn them and understand them, they are going to work better for you, because you can only apply that which you know. But not only knowledge, but you need to have a mastery of it. So you need to know it in depth to make sure that you are able to apply it. Principles, when they are not known, they become detrimental because they become useless and redundant. And that is why sometimes we blame circumstances in our lives. And it's purely because we have used the wrong principles in this circumstance, or we didn't use the principles properly, or not even use them at all. And that is why, as a young man, I want to teach you to understand that there are doors that need a key. And if the door needs a key, some of the keys, you twist them to the right, and you need to understand that some of the keys you may need to twist them to the left in order to open. There are some of the keys that you don't need to even turn them only once. You need to turn them twice in order for them to open. But that's going to need mastery. It's going to need somebody who knows this type of a key properly. The person who knows this door properly as well, and the type of a lock that you're dealing with. Now, this is the case in your life as a young man, that you're going to understand the nitty-gritties of the principles that you use, and the particular opportunity that you want to unlock. You're going to need to know that, do I turn twice? Do I turn the key twice when I unlock this type of opportunity? Do I turn it once? Maybe once. And if you know that, you're going to do well, and you're going to be able to grab that opportunity, and you're going to see that opportunity successful in you. Now, as a young man, be able to identify the key, be able to identify the door as well, be able to know and master the key so that you can be able to use it. And the more you know it, the more quicker and efficient you're going to get. And you are going to therefore see the results even better when you know the key that you're using. This was part 3, and I hope that you've learned quite a bit out of this, and you're going to join us as we deal with another part tomorrow. May the good Lord bless you, and cheers for now.